What's up, everybody? Welcome to Funky Uncles, episode 16. Glad to have you guys in. Yeah, so come on in, join the discussion. Hope everybody's doing fine. It's Friday night. Um, if you're not doing anything, tune into us. You know what I mean? What's up, Stace? How you doing? We're going to have the discussion. Waiting on DR Presents, my man, to come on in and we get things started. Super Bowl weekend. Super Bowl's tomorrow. I don't know who's rooting for who, but me personally, I hope the Rams win. Yeah, I'm kind of rooting for the Rams. Big ups to Joe Burrow and the Bengals. They had a good season, and I'm good, Stace. And I think Joe Cool will be back later on in the future. But for me, I'm going with the. I think Aaron Donald and Von Miller going to put on the show Sunday, and they at home. If you're not up, if you're not hyped to win the Super Bowl at home, then I don't know what to say, man. What's up, Dr? How you doing, brother?
Good. What's good, everybody? Back
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
again.
Yeah, man. How you been, man?
I'm good, man. It's been a long day.
Long day.
I was over here playing. I copped the little keyboard,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get my ear back. You know what I'm saying? Just as a guy, and I was over here playing with, and I looked at the clock. I said, "Oh shoot, it's 9:01. Let me the thing
What's
down."
up, Ray Ray? Yeah, man. That time creep up on you quick, man. So, hey, I like the Rams in the Super Bowl, man. Who you got?
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and stay with my AFC squad. I want to be able to say, we keeping it in the division.
Right, right. I got you. Hey, I like Joe Burrow, man. The Bengals, big ups to Joe Burrow and the Bengals. I think they've been playing good ball. But
Yeah, yeah.
I think Matthew Stafford and that Rams defense going. Aaron Donald, Von Miller.
That's
Hey.
gonna be the thing. They get to him before he gets the ball to chase.
They're gonna have to double team him. If they're not double teaming Chase, they're not gonna win. If they
Right.
leaving him 1-on-1 on that corner, he gonna beat that corner, man. I'm telling you now. Even if it's Ramsey, Ramsey say he locking up with him the whole game. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Right.
Hey, what's up, Ray Ray? Yeah, man. So tonight we'll be discussing, and I shot you the topic discussion earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little overview. Um, you know, in today's times have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And the question was,
What's up, Stace?
you know, in these modern times, should men approach marriage as a business arrangement or as a till death do us apart perspective? You know. Now, keep in mind, women file for 75 to 80% of the divorces. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So, with that in mind, I just think men should be more aware, vet a lot carefully than just rushing into it. Be it you're young, old, hey, Brown Mecca, young or old, no matter what stage in life, it still has to be a very thorough vetting process. You can't just jump right in because of love or the Disney effect you know, or
Yeah.
just being head over heels and pedestalizing the woman because she's beautiful. And granted, when a woman's in her right mind, she can bring a lot to the table. She's definitely a feminine asset. But as we
Right.
can see in these modern times, there's not a lot of modern feminine women that can be an asset. You know what I mean? So, in your humble opinion, how do you think men, young or old, should approach marriage in today's times?
Well, of course, as always, it's going to be subjective. So there are many different angles to look at it from. Um, let's say that you have a man, no matter what age, that's striving to do something. You know, as always, I say there's a 360-degree circle. How much of what he's missing does she bring? And
Okay, in other words, I don't mean to interrupt you. In other words, how much value can she bring to your life, right? That's
exactly.
what you mean. Okay,
Because
okay.
even with the 360 degrees, let's say you have 280 and she brings 70, but that 70 may also, um, let's see, what's the word I'm looking for? It may strengthen other parts that you have going on, like the support. that she gives, be it with your venture or in your absence, means a lot. But as far as a business venture, you can look at it like that, because if you're starting a business, if you're running a business, you want to be in the black.
Right.
You don't want to
Right.
be in the red. Now, if you're with someone who brings you down,
That's not gonna help business,
right?
you
And
know.
in a business, you cut that loose.
Right.
Anything,
Right. Dead weight. Dead weight.
either short term or long term, because you're going to have to look at both. You're going to
Absolutely.
have to, evaluate. There's always this thing: what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? You know, and it's not as much sometimes what you bring to the table as how you come to the table, in my opinion.
Okay, speak on that because as we can see now, hey, in modern times, not
Mm-hmm.
talking about the women who are traditional, but in
Mm-hmm.
modern times, when that question is asked, you often get a lot of negative pushback or answers like, "I am the table." How do you mean? What do I bring to the table? You don't get a solid answer, or you may get a answer like, "Oh, I bring my degree and I make over 100,000." From a woman's standpoint, which is
Right.
good. We're not knocking that. We're not
Right.
knocking that. That is good. However, I think as a man and you done built yourself and you're successful and you're upwardly mobile. I mean, that helps, but you need a woman with more intangible feminine assets, I think, you know.
The missing part of the 360,
hmm
and that
Go ahead.
a lot of them don't understand. It's the missing part of the 360. If I fail, and I may be mistaken, but I think it worked out a lot with our grandparents and their parents. Whereas, let's say you had one person that was good with finances, you know what I'm saying? That person ran the finances. One of the reasons why some of the women stayed home in our grandparents' generation, because they weren't able to go out. One of the reasons
hmm
because they excelled in what they did.
Right.
Raise no chump kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they might
hmm
wait till your father get home. They ain't raising any chumps.
Right. Right.
They were there and they knew how to nurture and not neuter.
hmm
And
hmm
when that's just in the home aspect. But then again, if the man was not good with money, the wife took over. And vice versa.
Right.
If the wife was
Right.
money, the man took over. The wife, if the wife knew how to do certain things around the house, she get it done. She made sure that if something was wrong, she called XYZ. Why? Because the man may not have had the time, or he may not have been good at following through with that.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
That's the equally yoked thing. That one thing that people miss on being equally yoked is that not everybody's pulling with 100% all the time, but
hmm
you have to be able to
hmm
make for that times. So sometimes I'm strong, sometimes you're strong, but together we get the job done.
Right.
And
And from go ahead. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead. No, and from what you just said, to me, what I gather from it, yeah, it's good to have love and if you want to be in love and go to Disney route, if you think that works for you, then fine. But I think from what you just said, that marriage is more about duty and obligation to one another than say the Disney effect or having it all and just living in that fairy tale world. You know what I mean? It's
it's
more about duty than anything.
it's the stages. I think it's the stages, and lots of people get caught up in one particular stage. They get caught up in the courting stage. You understand? And anybody that's grown understands that nothing is good all the time. So if all you see is if I'm going to be with her or I'm going to be with him, and he provides, she provides this, that, and the third. If all you see are the good times, you're really setting yourself up to be disappointed, because the red flags that you ignore in the dating process are the same ones that cause most of these divorces, because you will
Uh,
overlook things when that pheromone is in your brain. It has your body feeling a certain way. You put up with it,
Right.
but certain amount, if you don't keep your wits about you, after a certain amount of time, you look at it like, man, this joke get on my oh my god, oh, can I just put my back and lock it? You know,
Right, right. I mean, yeah, you come to that point, man, you're like, damn, man, don't seem like nothing's getting through. But with anybody, well, I mean, with the average couple, there are going to be disagreements. They're going to be, that's just kind of natural, So yeah, I get what you're saying, brother. Definitely get what you're saying.
red flags that's being focused on. Now everybody talking about red flag this, red flag that. Sometimes it's not really a red flag. Sometimes you're the red flag. You understand?
Right.
Because you're petty. But we right now in this society, there's so many people who feel that everything they do is right. And they can never say, you know what? You were right about that. You know what? I was tripping. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, you can't say if you're sitting there and you never did anything wrong, you're gonna tell me, oh, I never did anything wrong in the relationship. Oh, hold up. Let me rewind this for a second. Let me rewind this.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, we were talking about the table. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Too many people listening to others who don't live their life or don't live their lifestyle. That's why we, as the average man, coming out here, we're telling people things. This is what you need to pay attention to, because these are the things that you are going to encounter. You're not going to encounter the Steve Harvey type of lifestyle. Sorry, this is not going to.
No.
You
This
know,
this is the average. This is the average man channel talking about everyday things. So, I
right?
mean, if you make it to that level, cool. But we talking about the everyday rank and file man. You know what I mean?
Okay, so they talk about the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people feel they bring to the table it's not what the other person want. I mean, I mentioned it, this before. If you come into the table with steak and potatoes, and I'm vegan, you happy that you have steak and potatoes, but I can't do anything with that, bro.
Nah, you
You
sure can't. You sure
understand?
can't, brother. No, not at all. Not if you vegan.
Cooking.
No.
That's not something that's going to impress me because you can sit there and bake a cake, and I'm diabetic. You
Mm.
so it does. If people talk about what they bring to the table, and that's cool for somebody looking for that, but you can't generalize the other gender as a whole, saying
Mm-hmm.
that because of what you bring, because it's only going to be a small percentage of people looking for that. So if you want to be a slave to your preference, then yeah,
Now you mentioned that before too, being a slave to your preference. You know what I
right.
mean? So yeah, that's key. That's
See,
definitely key, man.
if I only want a man that makes six figures, I'm only one. And there's some people in our age group that have the high school mentality, and if somebody gonna watch it, they gonna hate me. But anyway, I'm gonna say it. Oh, he gotta be
Say
six.
it, brother.
He gotta be 6'3". He gotta have a six. He gotta have abs. He got
The list.
this. You
The
know the
list.
high school living.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're 35, 40, 45, 50 now, and you
Right.
have something with more substance than how a person look. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody wants to date an Ugmo.
Right. Right.
We,
Looks are important.
we're not saying,
Especially from the male point of view.
yeah,
That's how, like it or not, that's how we judge women, by the way they look. It's
right.
always been that way.
That's what attracts us initially
Right.
most times. Now, I'm going to tell people now,
Mm-hmm.
these women, now, oh, they'll chase anything. No, sometimes a man is attracted to a woman's mind, and sometimes he's attracted to her actions. What certain things that she'll do that other women won't, or other women that he's met won't do or have.
Mm-hmm.
That's attractive. But of course, you're gonna think, oh, everything got two tits and a heartbeat. They're gonna go after. It's not like that.
And I
So,
remember hearing, oh, dudes they'll hit anything, they'll lay down with anybody. That's not necessarily true, man. It's some dudes out here that have standards. Now, granted,
it's
you got some guys that'll knock anything down. Now, I've seen it. I've been around those type dudes. But for the
right.
majority, most dudes got standards from what I've been
Yeah.
observable reality. Yeah. So now most
Adult
guys ain't gonna just lay down with anything. Yeah.
preferences that don't mean anything. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if you look like any relationship that you've had, and G, maybe you could back me up with this. Any relationship that you had,
Mm-hmm.
the things that you initially looked at had nothing to do with the reason you broke up.
9 times out of 10, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, I can agree with that, man.
Those things that you overlook when in your initial search. You know, you initially
Hmm.
target in on certain things, but you overlook those other things that are there in the first couple weeks, first couple months, and you overlook it because you think it's
Right.
one thing and you don't see how many times it just keeps happening. The next thing you know, you're like, please don't jump that broom before that happens. You know,
Right. That's why I say it's good to properly vet. I mean, the vetting process, ask the hard questions, have the hard conversations. That way you don't go into anything blind. You're full, and it's about awareness. It's not about hating women or hating men. It's just about having the proper awareness, man. And I want this to be a men's channel where men can come here and find out, hey, what's the proper ways to vet a woman, or what's the proper ways to have awareness. That's what
prob-
it's
problems and solutions.
there you go, man. It all circles back to that, my brother. It all circles back to that. Definitely, man. Definitely. So
and
let's see.
ultimately, I think if we can get these conversations going, not only the conversation is nothing without the understanding. If we can
Hmm.
get the understanding going, we can help to cut down on unnecessary marriages, which lead to unnecessary divorces, unnecessary relationships, which lead to unnecessary hating and
Mm,
unnecessary bitterness. So that's the
right.
solution. The problem in the solution. The problem is we have a lot of this unnecessary because we're looking, be it with our eyes, our hearts, or our private parts, and we're seeing something and we're investing too much into it when it is what it is. And
Okay.
if you
Okay.
can't separate that, then you need to leave it alone until you can separate that.
Right.
My,
Right.
I could be wrong. Hey, what do I know?
Yeah, yeah. What do we know? We just some funky uncles, man, just giving our, opinion on
I
the internet. But
did.
yeah, it's funny you say that. It comes down to awareness, man. And at this stage in life, what are the outcomes that you want? You know what I mean? You're
Right.
not just going in it half-heartedly, or, you know. And let's face it, courting. There's no more courting.
Yeah.
There's no more courting. Dating to a degree, maybe, but
Yeah.
courting was out when we back in 1989, man. We hadn't been courting since then, man. Let's be honest. And technology, going back to social media and how it has changed dating from our last show,
Right.
how it has changed the landscape of dating. Now, do you think social media has made the landscape, the playing field even, or has it been a disadvantage to dating, or has it made the playing field even? As far as being aware of things.
Well, okay. Doesn't it doesn't make the playing field even.
Hmm.
We're still in the minority of that. We're still on the lower side of that scale because of the simple fact that society still leans towards women being always right.
Right.
Not always. Let me get my words together so that they
Okay. Okay. I feel you. I
clear
feel you.
the women are right. You know, it's still you still have people pushing for against men who are venting, who have been hurt, men who are telling the truth about certain types of women that are out there. But
Hey,
of course,
Jessica Mason.
what's going on, Jessica? But of course, those men are they, they're being vilified.
Right. Right. And what I hear is, oh, men complain on social media all day, men complaining about this, complaining about that. And what I wonder is, where's the fine line between when a man can really express his thoughts of what's going on in the situation and when it's complaining? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because for years we've heard, women's side of things and how things are going, and that's been the one-way narrative.
yeah,
But in these internet streets, I'm hearing, well, why have men got to come online and complain about women? We're not complaining. We're just simply telling you we have a platform now, and
yeah,
I think more men are waking up to the fact that they're able to express their thoughts in a relationship. Whereas in 25 years ago, we didn't have this, man. We just
right.
had to eat that shit and go with it. You know what I
It,
mean? So, nah, go ahead, brother. Speak on
it,
it.
crazy. It's crazy because at the same time, you hear women say they want men to be more expressive. Some of the same women that are complaining, you can't have it both ways. You're
No,
gonna
no.
you're either gonna eat the cake or sit and look at the cake. You
Eat
can't.
the cake, anime. Eat the cake, anime.
So if you're complaining about but asking for the other, you're part of the problem. You're
Okay,
part.
so that right, right, absolutely. So that brings me to this point. Do you think it's a difference between what women say they want and what they respond to?
Most definitely.
Okay,
Got to sit
okay.
that one.
Okay.
I don't even.
Okay. I'm there too because they can, I want a man with sensitivity who can talk to me, who can lay down at night and we can
Beat me
count the
up.
stars, walk on the beach and all this shit. And you give them that and they go with Dirty Dick Rodney or Pookie or Ray Ray. You know what I mean? Like, man, come on, man. Really? I'm doing all this shit, man. I'm bringing, you know, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, yeah, I absolutely agree, man. It's the difference between what they say they want and what they respond to me, from experience
From
and from
experience.
observational reality as well.
And of
You know?
course, not all of them, but it is a lot of. It's a lot of you women out there. For those women that watch, it's a lot of you out there, and I can guarantee that you know a woman like that. You know
Oh, yeah.
one like that. But since you're not like that, you can't
Right.
back and say that it doesn't happen.
And of course, we're going to hear not all women are like that.
Yeah, we didn't say.
Yeah, I get it. Not all women are like that. But usually, the women that are saying not all women are like that, they're the ones that's usually like that. So, yeah, from experience and observational reality,
And,
in my humble opinion.
oh, across the board, there is no age group that's exclusive. There is no, you know what I'm saying, there's no socioeconomic, there's no demographic as far as location. It's like
Hmm.
over. So when you hear men talk about it, it's problems and solutions. Once again, if you hear men talk about it and you hear more than one man talk about it, pay
Come
attention,
on. Come on. Yeah.
because evidently this is not something that's just filtered down to this one person that you want to say, well, you might as well be with a man then. You ain't trying to be with a man.
That's a
You understand?
masculine perspective.
I've seen dudes
Yeah.
get rolled like that. Well, and you have some dudes, go ahead and call them simps, that'll jump right on in, and they're right there with the woman on the woman's side. Yeah, girl,
Oh my God.
and I'm like, oh, come on,
Yeah,
bro.
these simps make it a lot worse, man. And from observational reality and just day to day,
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, if it wasn't for the woman, kids wouldn't be here. And brother, you got a point. I'm not discrediting your point.
Right.
However, men carry life.
They,
Life comes through us.
they didn't do it
You
by
know,
just the egg won't do it.
right, right. Life comes through us, and the scriptures tell you you're the seed of your father. So whoever your father is, or whatever he is,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you are, man. So, but for so long we've heard the one-way narrative that women created kids, and it's like men didn't have anything to do with this shit. Nothing. Like we didn't have no part in, the child being born or even coming here. Women just took all the credit for everything. But we're in a new day. And from what I hear in these internet streets, men are waking up and starting to realize that and bringing truth to power, man. And I think that's what we need as far as men and building this thing up, man. What you think?
Well, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly, because anytime that you continue to hear one side of the story long enough, that's the only side that you feel is worth hearing, and that's part
Right,
of what's been going on for years. It's
right.
always been about, you watch the movies, you hear the song, until like Orange Juice Jones, you know what I'm saying, and Marvin Gaye. When I heard it through the grapevine, if you listen to the words of that song, it's like, oh, Dip, that's about cheating. I didn't know. But it's just not as often. It's been so many times, the man is always wrong. And
Right.
I even remember a post, oh my gosh, it's probably about 12 years ago, 12, 13 years ago, on Facebook, where they were talking about Tyler Perry being a being a woman hater because he
What's
had
up, P?
what's up, Fee? Where he had because he had movies that showed women doing wrong
Mm-hmm.
and the
Yeah,
in an uproar.
right.
I'm like it doesn't happen. That's art imitating life. But I'm guessing that and I admit when I was a kid, that's what I thought. I thought it was always the men doing wrong.
Right. That's the narrative we came up on. But Ray Ray says something here. Let's see what Ray Ray says here. Ray Ray said men also say the same thing. They're not like most men, but turn out to be. Ray Ray, we get it, but we're not talking about the men tonight. We're talking about the women. This is a man. We on a men's channel, so we're gonna keep it focused on the women. Yeah, women had 40 to 60 years of bashing men. So now that
We
we got a
understand
platform, yeah, we understand. And you're not wrong, Ray Ray. However, we talking about the women tonight. So let's keep it
that
on topic
that
though.
point has
Thanks for your
already been
comment. Right,
that point has been proven over the years. So
right,
that
right. Yeah. Yeah. So we get it,
we
Ray
can't
Ray, but
we can't argue
yeah,
that.
you're right. And she's not wrong,
No,
She's not wrong. But tonight we focusing on the ladies, man, the lovely ladies, man.
but
Thank you for your comment, Ray Ray.
those that want to listen, those that want to understand, those that truly want to understand men will have
Right.
to, one, stop listening to uninformed, bitter women.
Oh my gosh. Preach on that.
You
My God. The
if
Bitter Betty Brigade.
if you have a friend, and if your friend, that's cool. But if you have a friend that's always bashing, someone who's a slave to their preference and always choosing the wrong guys for the wrong reason, their advice
Who's
may want
right.
a couple grains of salt.
And who's the common denominator in all those situations you mentioned? Okay.
Okay.
We got to look at the common denominator now.
Yeah.
So, and in the same way for dudes,
Yeah.
if we, yeah, we're the
Definitely.
common denominator and we got to be accountable. Just like we got to be accountable, so do they have to be accountable. And
Exactly.
that's all I'm saying.
You want
It's about accountability.
you want to be equal, then you have to pull the same weight, be it positive or negative.
Right. But
And
now if you,
pull a positive weight, and then when it comes to the negativity, you leaving the crap behind for us to see.
right,
That's all.
right, you can't pick and choose your things here. You gotta, you can't have it all. You can't. So absolutely, bro. Absolutely. But Ray Ray, we appreciate your comments, sis.
Yeah,
Glad you chimed in. That was a good caveat to what we were talking about and
most,
added to the discussion, man.
most definitely. But
Yeah.
said the Steve Harvey guys, you got to get rid of the Steve Harvey guys because
Oh God.
it shows before their intent is
Mm-hmm.
not what you think it is. Their intent is like to sell the book. Their intent is to have the
Yeah.
support them on TV. Their intent is not to disseminate truth. Their
Right.
their intent is to get to gain popularity in a certain demographic. So they're gonna get the majority of the women, and then they're gonna get the simps. It goes against, they are in trouble, and it doesn't make sense for somebody to really to
Out hate.
out of
It's more or less about accountability, having awareness.
yeah.
What's up, bro? Hey Tammy, how you doing? Yeah. So
Yeah, you froze there for a minute. I just kept you froze again. You still who's freezing? Me or him? Okay. Yeah, I got the cat here. Monkey, you want to say? You back?
Go ahead, say again, brother. Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. You
I'm back.
and I just kept it going, kept it going. I was just
Okay, good thing, man. Yeah, good move, man. Good move. Yeah, man. So, what else you got on the table, man? You want to dip into a little sports, being at a Super Bowl Sunday,
ah
or you know,
we had to go back to that topic that we didn't finish last week or last show.
which one is that?
The fathers being kicked out of the kid's life.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I thought we covered that pretty good.
I,
You know,
I think we got cut off.
unless you got some more points you want to hit on it.
You know what I'm saying? Say something because what do you see this joker here? Monkey, would you leave me alone? Okay, I'm waiting for him to come back on. But as we were saying before about kids being torn away from their other, sometimes it is the father, sometimes, but more times than not, it is the father that is torn,
Yeah.
and the kids are the ones who suffer the most. So anybody who's selfish enough to say just because the relationship didn't work, or they can say that, oh, well, I don't want him, I don't want my child around such and such girlfriend or such and such boyfriend. You're really losing sight of what's more important. The most important thing is that child
Hmm.
being spending time with both parents. So
Hmm.
when definitely doing more harm than good, if that is your mentality.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And the people, like you said, the people who suffer most are the kids. And we as adults sometimes get selfish and caught up in that. But we just got to be that cognizant that, the kids are most important. So,
Now I
yeah.
got one that is kind of on topic about we were talking about with the dating and everything, and I'm sure
Mm.
there are going to be some people out there going to really think about this, but it's here it is. I have. What are your thoughts of broken people not wanting to be fixed because it's the broken part of them that gets the attention?
Hmm. Well, if it's the broken parts of them that gets attention, that speaks more to the person who's getting that attention from the broken part of them. Do they still want to accept that? Is that how they value themselves? If you getting broken attention from someone, that says a lot about your counterpart. Because me personally, I've experienced that. I've gotten attention from broken places, but I myself was broken, so I saw it as okay. But in retrospect, I'm like, why did I put up with that shit? Why did I listen to that bullshit? It's because I was broken. So it didn't seem broken to me. It seemed to fit because they were coming from a broken place and I was broken and that's what I attracted. So I'm just taking some self accountability here and said that could be the case. Now it could be different, however, but just from experience and observational reality. What up, Big Steeler?
Big
You
Steelers.
know,
Oh,
that's what I gathered from it.
yeah, I agree with that. Because a lot of times it's when I say broken, it's
Hmm.
bad attitude. It's the attitude that some guys say they like in women, but
Right,
later on down the road,
right,
attitude is the same thing that make you want to kick them out of a moving car.
right,
So
right. And
I say
from a
that.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm not saying for anybody to do that. So don't say that I say it's okay to push him out of a moving car. I'm just
Right.
you have those thoughts, but they were like,
And
hey,
and you know why, from a man standpoint, that we put up with it from broken places? Because we want the pussy, man. We do. We want to lay down, we want to hit it. And
yep,
sometimes that clouds your judgment,
yep.
you know? From a man standpoint, that does because she looking fine, it's good. So we like, man, let me fuck that. I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna hit this, and. What up, bro? So we put up with the bullshit,
Yeah,
and I'm speaking from experience, you know
that
what I mean? So got to keep it real on the Funky Uncle show, man.
you
Yeah,
dog
yeah.
I think I don't
So
think there's a guy out there that hasn't put up with something that he normally wouldn't put up with just because. Now, sometimes, and sometimes the more you put up with, the reason you put up with a lot more is because put a lot more into it. You know what I'm saying?
that too.
If
That
you
too.
work on this for a month or so and you're taking your time and all that, you might put up with something. Man, I've got a month into this. You know, as I
Yeah.
told Mel one time, I told a woman one time, look, nobody wants to work and not get paid. So, sometimes, so if you have another dude on the side or whatever, that's what I do. Like, they don't care as long as they still getting paid.
Yeah.
And
And sometimes, a lot of times in romantic relationships, we don't care as long as we get to hit it, you know?
it's not the greatest attitude to have, but we're just being honest with you.
Right. And
We
that,
don't,
that, and I wanted to show from an introspective point of view that shows that you don't hold, as a man, you don't hold a lot of value in yourself and what you bring to the table. You know
right,
what I mean? Right.
right,
So we can't put some things, we can't put it all on the ladies, you know?
right,
We got to
right.
be accountable.
Got to be accountable. That is the
Yeah.
important thing. We not saying that the men are perfect for everybody. They say, oh,
Right.
men are not perfect at all. So what
No.
we're doing is what
No.
we want to do is we want to hold everybody accountable, but at the same time, we want to help be that voice that's been, stifled for not years, not decades, but scores. So,
Right. A long time. It's been a one-way narrative, and that 1985 color purple plantation talk and shit, man. We got to push the conversation forward, man. So, yeah, man. But let's see where we at here. If you got any. All right. So, not gonna stay on too long. Dr. It's Friday night. You
yeah.
know, I got some things I want to do, man. So, in your final thoughts, what do you want to leave the audience with, and what are your final thoughts?
You know what? Final thoughts are, how about this? We have to work together. This cat don't leave me alone. Yeah. We have to work together, point blank, period. And as a people, that's not something that is really happening. I'm about to kick this cat. Move out
What's up, Chris? What up, Pipe?
the this dang on cat, it's a bobtail, and this joker, he don't like to quit. He just wanna
Man, kick that pussy out the way, man. Get that pussy out the way.
look, yeah, you kick him, he comes back. He's a bobtail. He don't just run like that.
Hey, some of them like it like that.
He
Some of
like
them like it like that.
but okay, here's
Yeah,
my final.
man. Yeah,
Take
hey,
into
go ahead.
sometimes the knowledge and wisdom of the person that you're getting advice from. And not just because that's your friend. If that friend has the same knowledge and wisdom level as you, sometimes you may want to step out in order to get the best advice in order to move forward and not fall back and behind. But
Hmm. Hey,
that's
man.
just how I see it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And like I said, we want to keep a balanced analysis over here. And we're not, we just, after all, this is a channel for men. So we're going to talk from a man's perspective,
Right.
not saying that women aren't important. And when she's in her proper mindset, a woman can definitely be a feminine asset. Definitely be. So I just wanted to make that clear, make that distinction. And, I'm glad, I'm happy for, just to have everybody chime in, make comments, and join the discussion, man. And that's what we want to keep building here. What up, Kwamo? So Funky Uncles, episode 16.
Episode.
Um, yeah, man, we gonna keep building, brother. We gonna keep building.
No
So
doubt,
I
no doubt.
put
Hey, everybody, pay attention. The next episode, we're gonna make sure it's epic. It's gonna be post Super Bowl and all that, but it's gonna be more about some substance than sports because it's gonna be some soul food, and we might even get some laughs in if things work out right.
right, right. And if you have comments or questions or want to come up and give your perspective, we definitely invite that.
Right,
And I'd like to hear from more dudes and what their experiences out there in the field. That way we can build this thing and keep it moving forward, Doug.
right. You
You
can
know what
hit.
I mean?
You have a question that a topic that you would like for us to touch. Like you said, if you want to get on, hit
Absolutely.
the DM. If you're looking at this on YouTube, You know, Russo underscore G underscore 48 or DR presents on DR underscore presents on Instagram, and just hit
Right,
us up. We hit it up and punch it in the face. Make sure we
right,
that
right,
for that it needs.
right. Because as men, we have to get to a point where we can disagree, but still have the conversation. You
Exactly.
know,
It has
everybody's not going to see everything the same. Everybody's not going to agree everything, but we can still have the conversation, man. And that's where I want to get to, man. So,
most definitely.
my brother, I appreciate you. Salute, as
Salute.
always.
So
Until the next time, Funky Uncles, episode 16. We out.
say bye bye,
Peace.
Kit Kat.